Chapter 1: Whitechapel Terror. In 1888, London's East End was gripped by terror. A shadowy figure, later called Jack the Ripper, killed at least 5 women in Whitechapel. The victims were poor, many working as prostitutes, navigating crowded and dangerous streets. The murders were brutal and precise, suggesting knowledge of human anatomy. Chapter 2: Investigation and Panic. Police struggled to catch him. Fingerprinting and forensic science were in their infancy, and every lead ended in frustration. Public fascination exploded. Newspapers named him Jack the Ripper, spreading fear across the city. Families barred doors, women avoided the streets, and vigilantes patrolled alleys. Chapter 3: Legacy of the Unknown. His identity remains unknown. Over a century later, the mystery captivates historians and the world alike. Jack the Ripper's crimes are a haunting reminder of fear, inequality, and the unknown lurking in the shadows. In the small town of Taos, New Mexico, a strange phenomenon has puzzled residents for decades: the Taos hum. Since the early 1990s, some locals have reported a low-frequency, almost mechanical-sounding noise. It is barely audible yet persistent, described as a deep rumble or distant engine that never seems to stop. Not everyone can hear it. Scientists have studied the hum, exploring possibilities from industrial equipment, geological vibrations, and even unusual atmospheric phenomena. Yet no definitive source has ever been found. The Taos hum has sparked curiosity, anxiety, and even medical investigation. People report headaches, sleep disturbances, and frustration at the inability to explain it. Despite decades of research, the mystery remains unsolved. The hum continues to baffle. In the 1930s, the American Great Plains faced one of the most devastating environmental disasters in history: the Dust Bowl. Severe drought combined with decades of unsustainable farming turned fertile soil into dry, loose dust. Winds swept across the plains, creating massive dust storms that blackened the sky and buried homes, crops, and livestock. Farmers and families were forced to flee their land. Millions migrated west, seeking safety and opportunity in California and other states. Entire communities struggled with hunger, disease, and poverty. The Dust Bowl revealed the dangers of ignoring environmental limits and poor land management. It changed farming practices forever, leading to soil conservation programs and government intervention. Even today, the Dust Bowl is a reminder of it. 2004 Indian Ocean Tsunami, the day the ocean turned. On the morning of December 26, 2004, life across the Indian Ocean region felt ordinary. Coastal towns were calm, beaches were peaceful, and fishing boats moved slowly across quiet water. No one knew that beneath the ocean floor, one of the most powerful earthquakes in recorded history had already begun. At 7:58 a.m. local time, a massive earthquake struck off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. Measuring between 9.1 and 9.3, it was one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded. The rupture tore through the Earth's crust for more than 1,300 kilometers, releasing enormous energy and causing the planet itself to vibrate. But the earthquake was only the beginning. As the seafloor shifted violently, it pushed huge volumes of water. In late 2019, Australia faced extreme drought and record-breaking heat. Forests and grasslands were bone dry, perfect conditions for disaster. By December, fires were burning across New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland. Entire towns were evacuated as flames spread unpredictably. Thick smoke blanketed cities, forcing people indoors and making air dangerously hazardous. Over 18 million hectares of land were burned. Thousands of homes were destroyed. 33 people died directly and billions of animals were killed or displaced. Iconic wildlife like koalas lost entire habitats. Firefighters, both local and international, battled relentlessly in extreme heat. Some fires created their own storms, spreading lightning and new flames unpredictably. Heavy rainfall in early. In 1931, China faced one of the deadliest natural disasters in history. The Yangtze, Huai, and Yellow rivers overflowed after months of heavy rain, merging into a vast, unstoppable flood. Entire provinces were submerged. Cities, towns, and villages vanished beneath water. Crops and farmland were destroyed, leaving millions without food. Disease and famine followed, turning the disaster into a humanitarian catastrophe. Estimates suggest that up to 4 million people died, making it one of the deadliest floods ever recorded. Millions more were displaced, struggling to survive in makeshift camps. The floods revealed the vulnerability of populations dependent on river systems and exposed the limits of early 20th century disaster preparedness. Even today, the 1931 China floods serve as a grim,